If you are familiar with our channel, you know we love a group tour, and the Philippines expedition is the trip of a lifetime. This trip combines the award-winning One Life Adventures Philippines West tour with all of the highlights of the East.
We have completed both of these epic tours with One Life Adventures, and in this vlog, we will give you a full, unfiltered experience.
It's worth noting that we paid for both of these tours out of our own pockets before later starting to work with One Life Adventures, so this is our honest opinion. And make sure you stay tuned until the end, because if you do want to do this tour, we have a 15% discount waiting for you.
From the stunning Twin Lagoons and Barracuda Lake in Coron, to camping on a private island near Port Barton,
all the way to the chocolate hills of Bohol and swimming with thousands of sardines in Malbol, the Philippines expedition really has it all. Let's dive in.
On day one, you start this adventure by flying into Manila. After a lovely welcome dinner and a free cocktail at the famous Z Hostel, it's time to hit the sack, as it's a very early flight to Palawan the next morning.
On day two, you're up bright and early to head to the famous Puerto Princesa and start your Palawan adventure by visiting Iluwig Prison. Also known as the Prison Without Walls, Iluwig Prison is an unconventional penal facility that offers a fascinating glimpse into an alternative approach to incarceration and rehabilitation. We even got the chance to dance with the prison Backstreet Boys. This is something that we would have never thought to do if we weren't doing a group tour, but it really was a fascinating experience.
We have just done a dance with the inmate Backstreet Boys, or the prison dancers.
The following day, you head to the famous underground river, an absolutely enchanting place and one of the new 7 wonders of nature. With hollow chambers reaching over 100 meters high, this experience was out of this world.
That was absolutely incredible. Words really cannot do it justice. I'm not even sure if the camera would do it justice.
You round up the action with a fire lunch that's included.
Literally, it was incredible. And the spring rolls were everything they lived up to be.
No, that's not hard.
This is my happy belly dance.
Before heading to Palawan's secret paradise, Port Barton. On arrival in Port Barton, you will check into some epic beachfront bungalows before catching the sunset overlooking the harbour.
The following morning, prepare to set sail on a 1-night, 2-day adventure to a private island. On the way, you get to visit a Filipino school. It was so wholesome to play games with the kids and learn more about their way of life.
That was like the most wholesome experience ever.
You also stop off at some awesome snorkeling spots before making your way to one of the absolute highlights of the tour, Calipayan Island. This is a private paradise just for your One Life group. Prepare for 24 hours of sun, sea, and beach camping under the stars. This experience is really like no other.
On day 5, you will wake up to the sound of the ocean right on the beach. Grab some breakfast before heading off to some more epic snorkeling spots and a secret waterfall. Our favourite spot of the day was a tiny sandbar called Starfish Island.
Made it to Starfish Island and found a starfish.
Conveniently named as there were so many starfishes. Spend the evening back at your beachside bungalows in Port Barton, and if you're up for it, head for a night out at the famous Coco Rico.
Day 6 may start with nursing some sore heads, but there's plenty of time to rest as you head up to the famous El Nido by private minivan. You'll check into the epic Spin Hostel, and this was one of our favourite accommodations on the tour. There's some free time to go and check out the charm of this beachside town before heading for a banging family dinner.
On day 7, wake up bright and early for a full day of adventure as you take part in the Philippine experience. This is a Filipino culture day which will see you doing everything from Filipino stick fighting to climbing a coconut tree.
Let's do this.
You also get to take part in a cooking class and learn some traditional games. Round up the excitement with one of our favourite activities on the whole tour, the El Nido zipline. This adrenaline pumping activity is an optional extra, but one we highly recommend.
It's worth noting that this could be a bit nerve-wracking for those that are afraid of heights. So if you want to get a feel for what this will be like, check out this vlog right here.
I'm scared. Are you scared?
No, that's fine.
Oh, tell me yes, so I don't feel I'm
Yes, I'm terrified.
And speaking of ziplining, if you lot enjoy our content, just zip down to that subscribe button and give it a click. Really do appreciate it.
Now, on to day 8. On this day, you get to tick off the bucket list thing to do in El Nido, island hopping. There are actually 4 island hopping tours in El Nido, and with One Life Adventures, you get to do Tour B. This tour showcases some incredible locations, including Snake Island and Kadugman Cave. You can even try your hand at beach volleyball or beach basketball over lunch, then head back in time for sunset or sample the bustling El Nido nightlife.
The next day, you get to take part in a canopy walk in El Nido. This one had Beth very nervous on the swinging bridge.
I'm nearly at the end. Just get to the end.
But the views at the top are totally worth it. For the rest of the day, you can choose to explore more of El Nido town or jump on one of the other amazing island hopping tours. We highly recommend Tour A. And you can check out our full experience of Tour A right on this video here.
On day 10, you say your goodbyes to those on the 10-day tour and then continue your way to Coron. You will arrive in Coron in time to check out the town before getting some shut-eye. The following day is yours to enjoy in Coron, and trust us, you are not short of options. You could choose to check out the iconic Mount Tapas viewpoint, which is free and super close to the accommodation. Or you could choose to do an island hopping tour to some of the insane sandbars off the coast. Either way is a win-win. Look how blue the water is.
On day 12, you jump on a boat and start a one-night, 2-day adventure around some of the most iconic places in the Philippines. The first incredible stop is the Barracuda Lake. This natural wonder boasts crystal clear turquoise waters and towering rock formations. The terrain at the lake is formed by ancient volcanic activity, and its unique geography creates a surreal underwater landscape.
The lake is meant to be some of the clearest water in the world.
Following this, you make your way to the second iconic stop of the day, the Twin Lagoons. The postcard perfect beauty of these lagoons is perhaps most famously associated with Coron, and they definitely live up to the hype. We enjoyed an hour or two here with the group, swimming and lounging on a large float your group leader brought along. After a stop for a delicious buffet lunch harbourside, you make your way to our final destination of the day and home for the night, Pass Island.
Pass Island is an insanely stunning location, boasting crystal clear waters, powdery white sands, epic sunsets, and the most incredible array of stars at nighttime. The following morning, you wake up in this gorgeous location. You can choose to wake up extra early for sunrise, and honestly, what a location for it. After a delicious breakfast right on the beach, you will make your way to the next 2 stops of the day, the Lusong Gunboat Shipwreck and the Lusong Coral Garden Reef. These 2 awesome sites are just around the corner from each other, but both equally beautiful. After these epic stops, head back to Coron before the final night out with the gang. The next day is where the award-winning 14-day Philippines tour comes to an end. However, this does not have to be the end of your Philippines adventure. Now, you can choose to take part in the Philippines expedition, which will take you straight over from Coron to the absolutely incredible island of Cebu for 10 insane days of exploring all the East has to offer.
The east of the Philippines holds just as many adventures as the west. From the chocolate hills of Bohol and swim with thousands of sardines in Mobo, insane.
There was literally thousands of them.
To experiencing the most insane wildlife.
You also get the opportunity to stand up paddleboard down enchanting rivers, although it's fair to say this was not my forte.
This is not going well for me.
But you're good.
There's also the optional extra to go canyoneering at Kawasan Falls, which was one of our favourite things ever.
This is, I think, one of my favourite things I've ever done.
Sure.
The East is one epic adventure. If you want to book the Philippines expedition or any other One Life Adventures tour, you can use our code FrequentFlyer15 for 15% off. You know we love a bargain, so thank us later.
As always, don't hesitate to ask us any questions in the comments. Big love, Beth and Dens. Peace.